Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Kathleen, we're hearing quite a bit of feedback, it sounds like, on your. We wanted to let everybody in so they could start getting connected, but we do have a few minutes. For those of you with littles in public school, I know this is a big week, the last week of school here in Lee County. Today's the last full day of school. So I know everyone's on countdown to summer. So thank you for joining us this morning. All right. Well, it is 8:30, so we are going to go ahead and get started. So welcome everyone to our second annual, our second monthly HSIN meeting, Human Services Information Network meeting. It is so good to have you all join us. We're excited for this morning's topic because this is a real resource that so many of you have utilized, some more extensively than others. And then I know there's partners on this call that maybe your agency has utilized it, but you haven't within your program, or maybe your agency has never used Gifts in Kind. So we're really excited to share this resource with you, to hear about how it can really benefit not only your clients, but your agency. I know we also have not only network partners, but groups on this call today that have come into our area from the results of Hurricane Ian, who have been doing a lot of recovery. And certainly disaster recovery has also become a big portion of the program. So you'll hear about all those different facets in just a moment of our Gifts in Kind program. But then we're also going to, after our speakers, and we have time for Q&A, we'll do some agency report outs. So if you have an announcement for your organization, whether it is a staffing change, retirement, a program change, something new to your organization that you would like to share with the network, you have a great opportunity here because we do have, over 60 agency folks on the call this morning and climbing. So this is a great opportunity to make that announcement to the network. And then we are going to we're going to try the breakout rooms again. We're going to do them a little bit with a little bit more intentionality than last time. I think we've figured out some settings. We're going to give you a prompt, and we're going to have fewer. So you'll be in a slightly larger group than last time, and you will be able to return to the main room. Last time we did not allow that somehow in our settings, and so everyone was kind of trapped in these breakout rooms until they exited. So I promise not to trap you this time, and we'll give it another go round. So that is kind of the overview of how we're going to be spending the next hour and a half. And without further ado, I would like to introduce our fabulous speakers and co-workers of ours, Jim Sanger. We also have Craig and Edelyn from the program who will be making their appearances as well. But Jim, I'll hand it over to you. Oh, and you're muted.
Sorry about that. Thank you and good morning, everyone. Not sure how that happens all the time. My name's Jim Sanger. I am the Gifts in Kind Director. I've been here with the United Way program for about a year. So I am by far not the elder statesman on our team. But to get you started today, I'm going to turn it over to the elder statesman on our team, our Assistant Director, Craig Norling, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about our purpose and our history. So with that, here's Craig.
Good morning, everybody. So like Jim said, I've been here for a while. I've been with the program for about 7.5 years now. And briefly, I'm just going to talk about a little bit of history and a little bit of the purpose of the Gifts in Kind program. And simply, our purpose is to assist agencies in leveraging their dollars right while providing an outlet to distribute surplus and increase their contribution in support of local communities. And simply, what we do is we just take donations and find them a home inside the community and for our partner agencies. Certain examples of items that we receive are office furniture, office supplies, household items, and even building supplies, and anything in between. The program has been around for about 9 years. And to kind of put it in perspective a little bit, how much we've grown. The first couple of years, we did about $100,000 in incoming donations. And since the hurricane, we've done over $30 million in incoming donations. We started, when I started, we had a staff of 2, me and another person. And now we have a staff of 11 between 2 different programs. We've gone through numerous different warehouses and buildings, and now we're finally situated in a 32,000 square foot warehouse, and we even have an office finally, and you kind of see that in the background. It's the first office that we've been in 7 years. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Jim.
Thank you, Craig. So you may be wondering, $30 million of stuff. Where did we get all that stuff from? So we have a lot of donors. Some are national donors, some are local donors. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about them right now and give you an idea of the types of things that we received into the warehouse from those donors. So we have an agency called Good 360. Good 360 is a national organization. We get items from them anywhere from building materials to clothing. It could be just about anything. And when we receive these things, we receive a truckload of them. And we get them almost entirely free. There are things we get entirely free from them. Some things we have to pay shipping on. But the shipping may be $500 and we're getting $300,000 worth of plumbing supplies or building supplies. Most recently from them, we received a truckload of Kohler plumbing fixtures, which again, as we're still rebuilding. So we have tons of sinks and medicine cabinets and anything you can put in your bathroom or kitchen, we probably have right now from a sink perspective. We also have another national agency called Convoy of Hope. They provide us with building materials, home goods. The most recent thing we received from them was 800 sheets of plywood, which again comes in handy with the circumstances that we're dealing with right now. And then we have donors such as Walmart, Target, Burlington, that basically supply us home goods. Those deliveries that we get usually aren't as large, they're usually about half a truckload, but again, very needed and wanted in the community. And then we have our furniture suppliers, Joffrin and Matter Brothers, both supply furniture to us, all brand new items in the box, awesome stuff. Midwest Food Bank does give us a little bit of food, but we deal mostly with them around office supplies, toys, a little bit of clothing here and there from them. And then we have individual donors. And I have to say that with our individual donors, if it's an individual person, or if it's a company, we're very picky because our clients have been through so much. We want to be sure that we give them quality stuff. So we don't want to give them things that, really no one else wanted. We want to make sure that they get nice stuff. So we go through quite a quality check on those items. And probably 90% of the items in our warehouse are brand new, still in the box. About 10% come from individual donors and companies where they're looking to upgrade furniture, and we take their things that are still very nice, but not as good as their new upgrade. So with that, you may say, well, how can I participate? How does this happen? Right now, we have about 100 agencies that are our clients that we work with every month. The easiest way to get started is to send an email. You can send an email to me. It's jim@unitedwaylee.org. Very simple. And just request that, hey, we're interested in getting involved in the program. And I will work with you to do that. I'll send you some paperwork. I ask for your 501c3 because you must be a 501c3 to be part of the program. And also, right now, we're really heavily centered around recovery work, disaster recovery work. And that's associated with the weather and the hurricane. But we have tons of agencies that have other disasters. There may be a fire. It may be a client who comes home from work after picking up their kids at childcare, and all their furniture in their apartment is gone. So there's all types of emergencies and situations that we'll work with you on. So one is I'll send you that. That's how we deal with the disaster piece. Then I'll send you a DocuSign, and the DocuSign will kind of go through what our rules are. We have about 10 rules, the biggest of which is you cannot sell our items, you cannot auction off our items for a profit. And we can go through those rules when you get signed up. But once I have the DocuSign, we send you an invite. It gives you, it tells you how to log in to our showroom. And then once you're in our showroom, you can place orders. And that kind of brings us to our next section, which is back to Craig to talk to you about how that process works.
So like Jim said, 90% of our items are brand new, which makes it somewhat easy to inventory. I don't know if you can see him, but Darren's behind me, and he's our inventory guy. And so when anything comes through our doors, we get it inventoried and we put it into our showroom. And our showroom is just it's simply a platform where our agencies can go on and go shopping, kind of like Amazon. And so Madison is going to share her screen. And so this is what our agency sees. And all our products are on there. And so you can go through and pick what you want. And on there, you can even see like how many we have in stock. And we also put the value on there. One, to make our lives a little bit easier with the number side of things, but also so our agencies and our customers can see exactly the value of what they're getting, so they can use that for the reports as well. Well, once an agency makes an order, and again, they go through the process just like any online shop, and you go through, you check out. There is no cost. Like, you will see like a price when you check out, but there is no cost. Like, all these items, we give them away for free. We don't sell anything. And then once they complete their order, we'll get notified that they made an order. And our turnaround time is roughly about 48 hours. We try to get those orders gathered quickly, so our agencies can get their items that they need as soon as possible. And then I'm going to turn it back over to Jim for the next section.
We're going to let him catch his breath because he's coming right back on. But I wanted to give you a quick history, recent history of what we've been doing. So in 2023, the fair market value of the items we distributed in the county was $23 million. So I have to tell you, I had the most satisfying job because everyone's happy to see us. So we have a lot of happy customers, and we were really proud of that $23 million number, even though, the circumstances we had to get there, going through such a tragedy with the hurricane. This year, I'm kind of happy to announce that the need has slowed down a little bit. And through January of this year, we distributed 77,000 items valued about $4.2 million. So you can see we're on pace to do about $12 million, about half as much as we did last year. So I want to, and again, that's thanks to all of you and the work that you're doing to get, this community back up on its feet again. So I'm proud of that. And like I said, we have a great job, as I'm sure you do. But thank you for all you're doing, because you make our work easier at times. I'm just going to throw it back to Craig one more time. He's going to tell you about some special and unique things that we've done in the community over the last year.
So one of the coolest things is we don't always know what we're going to get donated. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And probably about a year ago, Good 360 reached out to us and asked if we wanted a couple truckloads of toys. And of course, we said yes to that. We ended up getting 4 semis of toys. And I forget the exact total, but it was something like $2.4 million worth of toys. And we were able to distribute those to all of our agencies around Christmas time, in 2023. And it was an amazing thing. It really was. I mean, obviously Christmas time, there's a lot of kids that go without, and for us to have all those toys, it was nice. Also with our new warehouse, like we're able to accept things for other agencies or other United Ways. Like currently right now, we accepted a semi furniture for South Sarasota, and we're working with them to get those items up to, again, Venice and South Sarasota, for the same reason, for hurricane recovery. They don't have the ability to store that or accept that amount of furniture. So that's nice that we were able to do that for them. And one other thing with having a staff of 11 now, we're able to do a lot of different pickups and distributions for our agencies. And one thing that we do every month is we pick up food from Midwest Food Bank for 3 local schools. We pick up roughly 12 pallets that we give to kids who need food. Right now, I'm going to turn it over to Amanda. I think I saw her on here. She's from the Phoenix House Project, and she's just going to share, kind of like what they do, and then also how they have used our services and how we've worked together. So I'm going to turn it over to Amanda.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me? Yes, okay. Sorry, I'm super sick, so I hope everybody can understand me. I am the founder of the Phoenix House Project Recovery Residences. We are a 70-bed facility for recovering addicts and alcoholics. We provide safe and clean and sober living environment for them. And United Way has helped us exponentially. They have donated so much furniture to our homes, including beds, frames, dressers, couches. I mean, so many things, to get one home up and running, it would cost my husband and I out of pocket around $12,000. And within the last year, we were able to help the community and open 2 more homes for people in recovery. And we wouldn't have been able to do that without United Way. It would just not be possible. They provide us with, like he said, new things, and these people are coming out of an environment that is not stable. That doesn't have new things, obviously, and nice things. And they're going into an environment that's stable. And we're providing them with like nice things, like brand new beds and furniture. And they're so grateful for it, and it helps them stay clean longer and want to actually do something for themselves. It helps them become productive members of society again. So for that, my husband and I and the community are really, really grateful. Like I said, we're a 70-bed facility, and they have probably given us, 50 mattresses over the past couple years. They help us in any way they can. I'll message Greg and say, hey, we had a case of, unfortunately, where recovery residences, bed bugs or something like that happen, and we have to empty our entire house, you know what I mean? And that costs a lot of money, especially for a nonprofit. So they've helped us throughout all of that, and we're so very grateful for you guys. So thank you. That's all I got.
Thank you, Amanda. So we're very proud of what you do, and we're very proud to be a little bit a part of that. So thank you. And I'm sorry you're sick, and I am very happy that you're going to have another baby soon. So I know that's not helping right now. So thank you.
5 weeks. 5 weeks.
All right. All right, everybody. With that, I'm going to turn the next part of our program over to Evelyn Castellon, who is leads our School Resource Center, which is another very exciting program that we do. And I'm going to turn it over to her right now. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
So my name's Edelyn Castellan. I'm the Senior Program Manager for the School Resource Center. And what that means is that we help provide students in need through their counselors and social workers. When we come across students, they come across students that are having behavior issues, that are, having issues in class, and they pull them and ask them questions and stuff. They come across a lot of them. They might be homeless. Parents are going through some hardships. They're living in their cars. We have all types of stories. They're refugees from Afghanistan, house fires, numerous things. So what happens then is that we provide them with new stuff that we have at the school district, whether it's hygiene products, school supplies, shoes, clothes, jackets, because at the end of the day, when the kids are cold in class or they're acting up, it could be because they have holes in their shoes, they are tired, they are hungry. There's always the bottom line. So we've been doing this program for the last 4 years. When we first started this program, we finished a year giving out over 27,000 items, averaging about $800,000. This year, we have fulfilled 2,085 request forms, given out over 103,000 items and still counting because we are still receiving requests till almost the last day. And it's an estimated dollar value of $1.9 million. We have noticed that a lot of the kids' behaviors and everything have gotten a lot better. It has been due to some type of hardships or some type of trauma that they're going on at home. Counselors are expressing to us that students are feeling comfortable talking to them. They no longer are going to the counselor's office or social worker because they're bad or acting up. It is actually because they are feeling confident that they want to speak to somebody and open up. We have also had parents that have come to the counselors speaking about what issues they're having at home, whether it's buying uniforms as opposed to paying the light bill. And at the end of the day, the kids have to go to school in uniforms or they will be penalized for it, and it is not their fault. So with that said, what we do is we provide these students with new items that we have in the school district. The program is designed for counselors and social workers to build this bond, between them, to feel confident taking them from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade, feeling comfortable that they can go and speak to somebody, whether, they don't have clean underwears, whether their parents can't wash their clothes, whichever it is. We service all the public schools in Lee County, charter schools, and the special centers too. So we also help mommies to be over at one of the schools that we help them out, and get them prepared and stuff, and they still are able to attend school and everything. So that is a little bit of what we do in our team. We are located in the school district, and we definitely help, along with our gifts in kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Edelyn. All right, Madison, that's the end of our presentation. We're ready for questions, if there are any.
Great. So if you do have a question for gifts in kind, if you will just raise your hand so we can make sure we catch everybody here. While you're thinking of those questions, or if you are figuring out how to raise your hand at the top there, Michael got it. I do want to just point out that Angela Fischler did drop Jim's email address in the chat. So if you do want to request a login for your agency, you can go ahead and copy that out of the chat. So thank you, Angela. And so then with that, let's go ahead and Michael.
So I would love to say I have a question, Patty. It's actually a comment. First of all, I had an opportunity to meet Edelyn the other day and Kieran. What a wonderful program it is over at the. It was just stood there.
Oh, Michael, we're having some audio challenges with you.
The road. Sorry.
Oh, I think we lost you there, Michael, but I did catch the beginning of that, and just to share, because I want to make sure Edelyn heard that, is that Michael had a chance to meet Edelyn the other day, and it was just a really wonderful program or wonderful resource. So thank you, Michael, for sharing that. Does anybody else have any comments or questions, or if you would like to share how you've utilized the program? Therese.
Well, thank you guys for all you do. Boy, I don't even know where to start, to be quite frank with you. So I'm the Regional Executive Director for Community Assisted and Supportive Living. We are a permanent supportive housing provider in Lee County, a nonprofit developer. And we have a project that's in the works, just waiting for ACA certification. I almost don't want to talk about it because I want you all to see it and go, in the ribbon cutting, but you would not believe how incredibly beautiful this new 14-bed facility is. It is a residential treatment facility, and it will be housing people coming out of chronic homelessness in Lee County with mental health or substance abuse problems. And it is going to be a transition program between 90 and 120 days, just to give the clinical skills that they need, the support through Centerstone. But inside is spectacular. You would live there. I would live there. And if it wasn't for United Ways in Kind program, we wouldn't have the beautiful dining room sets, the beautiful credenzas. It's just incredible. And then what we also do is we converted our conference room in our Fort Myers office. It's like a kind of a library setting, and it is filled with all these in-kind donations from pillows, blankets, dishes, silverware. When we house people, they're coming out of homelessness and they don't have anything. And to be able to come in and shop and get a brand new comforter set, towels, you could just see them. We had one lady that came in recently and was selecting shoes and some clothing for a job interview. So it's like our own little private shopping center, not to Evelyn's level at the school, but for our clientele. So what you all are doing is incredible, and the joy it brings to our clients is amazing. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Therese.
Therese.
Any other questions or comments or experiences with this program that you would like to share? Jim, I know you've only been with our program for, a year and a half or so now, but
About a year, yeah.
I know we've gotten a lot of unique items, and certainly when you did a deep dive when we do our annual inventories, so you got to see everything that has come through the program. Is there an item that stands out that was kind of quirky, or something that was a little unusual that's come into the program?
It happens every day. We don't always know exactly what we're going to get. A few weeks ago, we had a company, one of our donors call and say, hey, we have a truckload of toys coming. And we're thinking, great, because, Christmas is over. We have no toys right now. Well, we got a truckload of very, very, very nice high-end Halloween decorations instead of toys. So when Halloween comes, you all, and you need any kind of decorations, you call us. We have about $400,000 worth of inventory sitting in our warehouse right now. That was very unique. We just got some really nice, one of the things we struggle to get at times are, as Therese was saying, when people are homeless and they get a home, the first thing they think about, well, I need a bed, and we usually can get them a bed and we can get them a dresser, but then they need stuff for their kitchen. They need plates and they need things to cook with. And so we reached out to one of our donors, and we've just gotten 900 Ninja pieces of cookware, which is really cool that, because again, you're not carrying that stuff around necessarily when you're homeless and when you walk into your new home. So we get some very, very unique items at times. We had a lot of bathtubs for a long time right after the hurricane. We were able to ship them off to another state that actually needed them a little bit more than we'd have. But yeah, every day is an adventure.
Thank you, Jim. Julie.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Julie Ferguson with the Cape Coral Caring Center. We had the privilege of having, not at our center because we didn't have a space for it, but we had a pod at our center where we were able to give many of our clients furniture, beds, all kinds of things that had terrible loss after the hurricane. And I know we had lots of cheers and lots of happy people, and we were all happy. I just have a question now in kind of the new situation. How does an agency that's probably kind of far away from you, how do we shop? What does that look like? What does delivery look like? Do we pick up everything? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So normally, because we really only have 7 people that work out of the warehouse, we ask that you come pick up. If you cannot, if it's an extreme hardship, you just contact us and we'll make a time to deliver. We try not to do that a lot because we're running basically 2 trucks, and one's usually picking items up from a donor. But in extreme cases, if you need our help, we can deliver to you. You
And
just
then-
go on. I'm sorry.
Julie, I'm just going to share Jim, I'm just going to share the screen one more time for the shop, since Julie alluded to that. If you want to just reiterate how to pick your items.
Sure. So if you're not an agency now, we would get you set up with a login and you would have access to this site. And basically you just go in and you shop just like you were on Amazon, except you're not paying anything. You'll create an order. When you click on an item, it'll create an order and you pick the number that you want of that particular item. Here's the Coleman tent, and there's 82 in stock and you say, I need 6 of those, and that'll go on your order. That order comes directly into our system. We fill out the order for you, and then you'll get an email or we'll reach out to you to tell you that order is ready to be picked up. And usually that occurs within 48 hours.
Thank you,
Perfect.
Jim.
Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions for Jim and his team? Melissa? Melissa, you're on mute.
Trying to get unmute. Oh, am I unmuted now?
Yes, we can hear you.
I just wanted to say thank you to Jim. He has helped us a lot. Awesome to work with. Great guy. I've asked him many, many questions. In fact, I just sent him another email, but I just want to say thank you to Jim because he is amazing.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. But really, I don't do much. These guys do it all.
Patty?
Hi, I'm from F&B Strong, and I just wanted to say thank you. You guys are amazing. What you do for the community, for all of us. We're a nonprofit food pantry, hurricane relief center, and I just want to say thank you. You guys are rocking it. We couldn't have made it without you guys. Yeah.
Thank you, Patty.
Guys, have a good day.
Thank you. FNB Strong has been a great partner, a new partner to us that came out of Hurricane Ian. So thank you for sharing that. Right. Well, at this point, I would like to hear from our agencies about anything new or something that you want to share with the network as a whole. I'm going to open the floor up if you just want to raise your hand, and we'll kind of go in the order that I see you all. Donna, let's kick us off. If you want to introduce your name, title, and the agency you're representing.
Yes, I don't know if I've got my camera on, but I don't think you can see me. So hold on, there might be something wrong with it. Anyways, my name's Donna Artrip, and actually here I am. I'm an attorney at Florida Rural Legal Services. And here is an issue which is coming about. I have one case right now. It's very urgent, and we're probably going to see many more. As you know, FEMA funding is gone. They gave their extension for housing through September. However, what we're seeing, and this is in Lee County, this particular instance I have, is that in March, they were giving people notices that their housing was going to be revoked and that they would then have to pay fair market value for the rent. And in my case that I have, my particular senior citizen has nowhere to go. She has to be out by this Friday. She's staying at the Edison Grand, and her rent at fair market value is $5,400. So what I'm trying to do, I've been reaching out everywhere. It's a terrible situation. I'm not sure where to turn, because Legal wise, I don't think there's much we can do. She was given notice. She came to us too late. But we're going to be seeing more of these cases. So I want to make everybody aware. And if you know of any resources, I'm reaching out, grasping everywhere, seeing what I can do. But after this Friday, I mean, she's going to be in a situation where she's going to be assessed, penalties also by the federal government if she doesn't go. And then if she does, she's going to actually have an eviction, which is going to make even housing more difficult. So if anyone has any ideas of what I can do for this lady, because I think there's going to be more of these cases coming.
Donna, if you could drop your email address in the chat. So if anybody does have a resource or maybe some, some successes that they've had that they could potentially share with you. I would also, if you haven't, I would encourage you to work with Gail and Kayla from our United Way 211 team to see if they have any resource leads. Certainly housing is a huge issue. I know everybody on this call has had challenges with that, but maybe there's something that they can share with you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Patty, do you have an announcement for us?
I do. As again, I'm Patty from F&B Strong, and I just want to let you guys know that, we are a food pantry. It's not getting better. People said, oh, we should be done by now. We got a long ways to go yet. So, it's getting hard to, keep the pantry full. So if there's any resources that, we do go to Midwest, we do get help from them a little bit. And, some of our donors, but, if there's any other location, agencies that could, reach out and get canned goods to us. We're going to do a food drive. We're doing fundraisers. But, the demand for, these people, we're dealing with homeless people, dealing with people with, in these camps, alcoholics, drug addicts. We're trying to get them off the street. It's a struggle. People think that, oh, we're done. It's been 2 years now. We're still dealing with so much.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm just, I feel bad for everybody. I wish we can help everyone. It's the struggle is hard. But Amanda, if it's all right with you, I would like to reach out to the Phoenix House. I have one gentleman that he's an elderly guy, and he's sober now. But I just don't know what we need to do with him next. What my next step is, because we're dealing with a lot of people that's wanting to get clean, wanting to get help. So if it would be all right, I'd like to put my email in the chat, and maybe we can correspond a little bit.
I just left my phone number in the chat for you too. Are you partners with Harry Chapin Food Bank at all?
Not right now, no.
Okay, just give me a call later.
All right, honey. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for letting me share, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you, ladies, both of you. Would anybody else like to announce either any staffing changes or job positions, program expansion? Melissa.
Hi, my name is Melissa. I'm the CEO at the Dr. Piper Center. So we are going to actually be having a big change at the agency. I'm going to be leaving my position as CEO. I'll be there through the end of July to help with the transition. But it's a good group. I know we partner with a lot of people on here. So just to kind of let you guys know, and if you're aware of any individuals who would be interested or would be good candidates to move into the position, we do have the posting on Indeed, or anyone can email me as well. So I'll put my email in the chat. So wanted to share that.
Thank you, Melissa, and congratulations on your next chapter.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great. Kate Major. Oh, Kate, did you put your hand back down?
Oh, sorry, I didn't unmute myself. Sorry.
Okay.
Thanks, Madison. I'm here with Beryl. She's one of our new Building Stronger Families case managers. And so we're finally fully staffed with that program, which has been a long time coming. So I wanted to actually touch base with Patty with FMB Strong and see if there's any families that you're working with down on Fort Myers Beach that might need some support. Prior to Ian, we did have our office at Chapel by the Sea, unfortunately was destroyed by Ian, but it sounds like you're needing some additional boots on the ground down there. So I just wanted to touch base with you and see how our Building Stronger Families program can support your families.
Excellent.
My email address, so.
So my email and Beryl's email are both in the chat.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kate. That would be a wonderful collaboration. Thank you. Wanda.
Good morning. I'm sorry, my camera doesn't work, but I wanted to introduce myself. I am the new program manager for Lee and Collier counties for the Healthy Families. And so if you have any new mommies or moms to be, send them our way. And like I said, it's Lee and Collier County that I am the new program manager. I'm new. I'm very new.
Excellent. And do you want to just give that 30-second elevator pitch on what Healthy Families is, since we may have some folks on the call who aren't familiar?
Okay. So basically mostly what we do is mostly preventive. So we try to work with the families. Again, this is the Healthy Family work with moms to be, and then new moms until the child turns 5. And we actually is like a home visitation program. And they go through like a curriculums, depends on in 4 stages, and parents are being, and I say parent because the dads can be involved as well. I'm sorry. And it's actually, to help the parents provide the best environment and more, like I say, healthy families for the kids to grow in a healthy environment. Again, is to prevent involvement with any, like DCF cases or any other situation. So again, we try to keep the families healthy and the kids, being provide the best that they, the families can provide for these kids. So actually, it's like a teaching program. That, like I said, we have home visitors, and it depends on their levels. They go once a week, once a month. It depends on the level and how everything is changing for the family. How they make the progress into the program.
Excellent.
And they have a graduation. We provide resources, so we do a little bit of everything for the families.
Thank you, Wanda. And if you haven't already, go ahead and put your email in the chat. So if anybody has a client that would be a good fit for that, they can refer them over to you.
Thank
Claudia.
you.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm Claudia Portlatine. I'm the operations manager for the VITA program here at United Way. We provide free tax assistance to families that make less than $66,000 a year. And I just want to let you guys know that we're still operating. We still have appointments open. We have year-round sites. So I just want to let you know, if you have clients that you'd like to refer to us, they can call 211 or they can book an appointment online. So just thought I'd put a plug in for VITA.
Thank you, Claudia. Angel.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. I'm Angel Cerritos with the YMCA of Southwest Florida. I wanted to announce that here in the Bonita Springs branch, thanks to a generous donor, we are able to provide summer camp opportunities for Hispanic youth in the area of pickleball. So the donor has a passion for pickleball and wants to introduce that to the Hispanic community. So if you or anyone that might fit the demographic, ages 5 to 12, we are providing up to 50% scholarship to attend up to 5 weeks of camp. Right now, we have about 6 spots left. And in addition to that, they're able to apply for additional financial aid if they meet the financial limitations criteria. I will put my contact in the chat box in case you wanted to connect or share that with anyone else. So again, Angel Cerritos with YMCA. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Angel. I feel like we need to have like a nonprofit network pickleball tournament. I
Yes.
feel like that should be our 2025 initiative together for the
We'd
HSIN
be
meeting.
happy to host.
Okay. All right, Jordan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan, and I'm the Director of Operations at the Alliance for the Arts. I wanted to thank you all for getting ready with me and my 3 kids this morning. My 3.5-year-old was very interested in the entire presentation, but we made it to work, and I'm joining you from the Bloom and Wallace Digital Arts Lab. This is a new initiative that we have. This used to be a grungy boardroom that never got used. And now it has 11 computers and a touchscreen, shareable Promethean board. And we do have this open to the public for whatever you need to do. If you need to work on a resume, if you want to explore any of the Adobe products. We also have classes. Most of our classes are paid for classes right now, but we are working on getting a certificate program as well. So if you have anyone who is able to get to the Alliance for the Arts off McGregor and Colonial in Fort Myers, and they'd like to work on some computers in a maybe different environment, this would be a really cool place. We're also working on a creatives job fair in September that will connect people who hire creatives with people who are creative, which we're really excited about. We have a lot of initiatives, so I won't share them all, but Family Art Lab is something that we have every 3rd Saturday of the month. It's a free Family Art Lab on our campus, but we've expanded that to Thrive in Cape Coral, which is closed for them. But then we also have an initiative in Pine Manor, and we're looking to expand into 3 other locations and also provide food so that there's no stigma against needing food and like wanting to be with your family, etc. So there'll be more information about that coming up. And then the last thing is, if you have any families who want to send their kids to summer camp, we do have availability still, and I believe we still have scholarships open. So if you have any questions about that, go to our website, or I'll drop a couple emails below. And our summer camps are awesome, and the scholarships will cover nearly all of it. I think all we end up asking at the end is for a $10 supply fee or something like that, but for the entire week. So I hope that that is okay.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Jordan. You guys are doing great things over there. And Jim, that is high praise because it's very hard to hold the attention span of a 3-year-old. So if they were interested in your presentation, you did well.
They're so thankful for the Gifts in Kind team. If I had more time, I would go around the campus and show you all the amazing things that we've been able to do.
Thank you. Next, we have Karen. Karen, you must have known, like I was feeling like calling you out just like right now. So perfect timing to raise your hand. Karen.
We're on the same page, Good morning, everybody. I just want to share that I have joined the executive team here at United Way. Really, really excited. I'm going to be working collectively with our campaign team and helping to raise money for all of the fantastic organizations. So I'm looking forward to learning more about each of you and how we can support your mission as we live united. So I'm excited to be here. Thanks, Madison.
Thanks, Karen. We're thrilled to have you on board as our Chief Development Officer. We're looking forward to getting our message of the United Way Network out even further. So thank you. All right, Lisette.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I am the Volunteer Center Coordinator, Lisette Ortiz. If anyone has opportunities that they want to share, we do have a volunteer portal that gives the community access to our partner agencies and other nonprofits opportunities in a one-stop shop. So if you want, I will drop my info in the chat if you want to connect with me. And if any of your teams have any of your agencies have any group projects, that would be good for one-day groups to go out if you need painting, organizing, sorting, anything like that, then you can also reach out to us too. We're always looking for new group projects to do because we have plenty of requests from the community for them. Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you, Lisette. And we're going to do just one more, and we have Michael Overway.
Right, I'm going to try it again, Madison. Is this any better?
Perfect. Yes, you're good.
All right, groovy, thanks. So I just want to let the group know that we are graduating our first classes, both Lee and Collier County, from our Bridges Out of Poverty. We've been very fortunate in that we've been able to partner with the United Way in one of the United Way houses. Angela hooked us up with that. Thank you so much, Angie. And we, part of the class is, of course, empowering folks to really take control of their day-to-day activities and hopefully set them on a course to work themselves out of poverty. And from both of our graduating classes, we actually now have 2 facilitators that we're going to be sponsoring through the coalition to start leading more classes. So we are expanding the project very rapidly. We'll hopefully be offering 2 classes in each county starting early fall. And then once those classes graduate, we'll be expanding that out into hopefully 3 or 4 more classes. So again, we're just seeing such tremendous results from the Bridges getting ahead of the project. Again, we're very grateful to you. Couldn't do it without you guys and without the support of this community. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael. I'm glad that you brought up the United Way houses. I would like to share that we are cutting the ribbon on a new location in Clewiston. So I know a lot of you work for agencies that cover multiple counties. And so if Hendry County is in your footprint, we will have a space available for you. It's a very small space. So if you are familiar with our houses, you know, each one is very different. This one is comprised of just 2 offices. So we will work with you if you're interested in using that space to schedule a time that works for your agency as well as the other partners that are utilizing it. But we are very committed to expanding services in Hendry County. And so we're very excited. There will be a focus on health services. That is the first tier of priority for that space that is funded through the Hanley Foundation. So we're very excited about that. But we are cutting the ribbon on June 5th at 10 a.m. So if you happen to be in that area or you feel like going out there and joining us, we would love to have you. So that is June 5th. And then for those of you who are in our Lee County funded network, I would like to just remind you that we will be doing a agency fund distribution wrap-up meeting on June 7th at 1 o'clock. Your agency should have received that, but if you did not, please reach out to Angela and she'll make sure that you have it. And then also we are having a meeting with our Hendry and Glades County agencies for fund distribution on June 6th at 9 a.m. Again, you should have that date on your calendar, but if you don't, please reach out and we will make sure that you are connected. So with that being said, we are going to give our breakouts just another opportunity here to for some kind of more intimate networking, small group networking. I'm going to give you 2 prompts. You don't have to stick with them, but this is to help you kind of guide the conversation a little bit. One thing that you are very proud about, or an achievement that you are proud about of this that has happened during this last month since our last meeting. And then the other one, something that has challenged you over the last month. And that could be, you know, maybe one and the same, right? Oftentimes our biggest achievements come out of our biggest challenges. So I am going to automatically assign us here. Oh, and Angela has texted me. Thank you for reminding me. We are also going to be sending after this meeting a registration link so we can make sure that we're capturing everybody's emails that want to attend these meetings moving forward. So everybody on this call will get a very brief survey link. It's your email, your position, your organization. It'll take you less than 5 minutes to fill out. Please do so we can make sure again that you're receiving all the information related to these meetings and any network sharing that we do. So thank you, Angela, for that reminder. Feel free to share that survey with any of your colleagues or agency partners that you think would benefit from attending these meetings as well. So with that being said, I am going to break us into our rooms here. We'll have about 15 minutes for breakout. You're going to be automatically assigned. If you do want to participate in a disaster recovery one, just exit your breakout room and come back to this main room. This time, like I said, you will be able to exit. I won't hold you hostage in the rooms. So we are going to go ahead and get started here. Assign all. Shuffle. And second. Okay, here we go. A few of the last people standing were unassigned, I guess. There we go. Hey, Astoria.
How are you both?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I hope I did it right. I joined the room and then I returned for
Perfect. Yes.
a disaster. And it's just us.
I know. I was going to say it is, but we'll see if anyone else exits or if they want to stay in their
Yeah,
breakout
no
room.
worries.
How have you been?
Good. Yeah, busy, but good, and it's busy in all the right ways, right? Oh, hey, Jamalette. Oh, and hey, Stan.
Good morning.
We'll give it another 30 seconds to see if somebody else wants to join us.
Your colleague Cindy's in the other room still.
Oh, yeah, she just has to. Sometimes she joins these meetings on her phone because her laptop doesn't like fully support it, or vice versa. And so I wonder if it's hard to find on the phone, like that join, like return
I'm
button.
sure.
But she can always redial in too.
I would say yes. I think the last time I tried this, I exited instead of joined a different room. So
No, well, last time we
Progress.
didn't allow, like, it was a setting on our end. We didn't allow people to actually come back. So you had to exit if you wanted to get into this main room. But, we're learning. Trial and error.
Dan, I think Sherry was a volunteer team because I was on it too. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I think I'm the wrong team. So I pressed return. So Sherry's on the volunteer team.
Okay.
Yes. Well, since it is a small group, do you just would everybody like to just go around and maybe give an update on what's going on at their agency or what they're up to currently? Awesome. Stan, why don't we start with Pine Manor?
Okay, well, there's a lot going on. We've signed our agreement with Red Cross for the community adaptation program, and we're very happy with that. I think I'll be seeing you and Angela later at the resilience conference, so that's exciting as well too. I'm looking forward to kind of hearing it as a collective and bringing back information specific to Pine Manor. So I think it's a tremendous opportunity, and I feel very fortunate that United Way kind of made the connection between the two groups. So that's fantastic.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And we're excited to work with you, Stan, and with Sherry, and I think, in the broader context of Lee County exploring these resilient center models at various locations with the EPA grant, we're kind of putting some larger sort of projects on hold with Pine Manor until we know more about where that grant, what results that grant will bring. And so we're excited to just move forward with some smaller enhancements while we wait. So that's really cool. And something that I did want to ask you, Angela and Madison, about, kind of looking ahead at this hurricane season. And one thing I realized is that, because you have the 211 network, all agencies regularly update their profile at least annually, right, in 211. And so I wondered if it was possible to add additional fields such as point of contact for times of disaster, and perhaps even I'm thinking like from a report perspective, a checklist of what areas your organization would like to participate in response and recovery. And if that was something that could be integrated with an annual update so that when Lee County is impacted again, it's kind of a readily available export from 211 of these are the key contacts, these are the organizations that said, yes, we will try and activate, if you will. And I only ask that because tomorrow in Bonita, Red Cross is facilitating a neighborhood readiness conversation with Bonita agencies. And so it's more localized. And of course, we just want to develop a spreadsheet with key contacts in that room. But it made me think broader about Lee County as a whole and Hendry and Glades and these partners that, have not maybe considered who is our point of contact in times of disaster, who is that person that's going to facilitate those decisions, and that could also be a segue for Red Cross Ready Rating, which is a free online assessment tool for developing that emergency plan. So thought I'd throw that out there since I have you both.
It's a great idea. And I think that we can follow up and maybe just have Angela, like we can have a preliminary internal conversation with Gail and just see if that's something that's possible. You have good timing, Storia, because this time of year, like at our June meeting with the agencies, we generally encourage them to take that time to make sure they're updating their 211 profile. So we'll definitely follow up with that. Thank you.
Yeah, and Astoria, do you have a checklist that you're using with that Bonita group? Have you?
I do. I have a survey. So let me send you the survey, and then you'll see kind of what we had talked about. Cafe of Life hosts these interagency meetings, and so I've just kind of developed it with them. But yeah, I'll share that your way.
Yeah, we'd probably, pare down like the three most important questions, to add to that.
Because it's kind of just the critical information you need in the first 48 hours, and then that helps you establish, well, how do we move forward for the next week? But I just remember after Hurricane Ian, seeing Lee County, your organization, Human and Veteran Services, having those weekly calls, facilitating, these connections. And I think the HSIN meeting has a lot of that potential where it's a regular touch base for many organizations. But I remember that you all had to send out that survey asking folks, are you open? Are you, was your facility damaged? And so to have that email list at the ready, I thought, even if it's just updated annually with that 211, that's what I wanted to share, because I was like, let's not reinvent the wheel.
Yes. Another database, right? Yamilet.
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to chime in as well. I know Lehigh community is also in need of a lot of this wonderful data and also points of contacts. And so I met with Charlene at Love Lehigh and a couple of their members, and they did show a huge interest of trying to really connect all the dots in their community. I know they have a lot of churches, but they also have a lot of different organizations, and sometimes you're talking the same thing, so really trying to consolidate all that. And so that would also be very beneficial. So, with the same concept as, Bonita Springs or so, we're trying to really kind of utilize that model in all the other locations that kind of have their own neighborhood gatherings. So Ready Rating is definitely one of the things Astoria and I are probably going to be, mini trainers just to kind of get them jump started. And so Ready Rating really helps them get a plan. It's an emergency action plan. And so that might help with the data that you guys are planning on creating, or at least adding to the columns, because that'll help them understand what's their continuity of operations, who are they going to be their contact, and if a cell phone's not available, what are the communication avenues that they're going to take. So it really kind of helps them think ahead of time. And so hopefully that Ready Rating will benefit them, give them that baseline start of preparing for any risk hazards within their geography. And so when the big monster comes, such as a hurricane or a power outage or a large wildfire, they already have something in place to kind of work with that. And so I think that's going to help your data as well. So I'm sure we'll update you once we get more feedback, because one of our goals is to really get them into Ready, have them complete the process, and have them start their own internal emergency action plan moving forward. At least that's the plan.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. It's a great
Sure.
idea. PJ, is there anything that you want to share as far as what's going on with the organization? Or we've been kind of in the disaster lane over here, disaster preparedness, recovery.
No, and I apologize. I had to jump off and then jump back on. We are because we're doing a project with adding on to Broadway, one of our developments, and we had to meet with the county team to go over the bid process and all that. So I had to. But it's interesting because of what the Red Cross Initiative, actually, we started that in Sarasota and are using Ready Rating ourselves, as we're using the more intensive version, not the cursory version. We've begun the process. So we're actually familiar with what's happening because of what we've done up in Sarasota. And now we're participating in the Red Cross Initiative here in Lee County. And it's it's nice already to have continuity for us, especially being in 9 counties. We're trying to take advantage of the Ready Rating system to be able to provide a mechanism that's web-based for us across our system, because like we had the experience with Ian. We had multiple counties affected, some more severely, County in particular, but even parts of Charlotte County and even pieces of Sarasota. So it's the mix and trying to make sure we have, the understanding and the knowledge that we could share across the system. And actually, prior to that, I don't think we really did. We thought we did, but it really wasn't as robust as what I think we can try to secure through the Ready Rating system.
And PJ, I know where you're from agency-wise, but do you want to introduce yourself to the group just so they know
Sure.
what agency you're talking about?
Sure. Yeah, I'm PJ Brooks. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Community Assisted and Supported Living. We're a permanent supportive housing provider in 9 counties in Florida, with the target audience, the target population being individuals with mental health and substance use issues, and/or substance use issues, most of which are coming out of homelessness. Are in Lee County, our emphasis are through referrals through the COC. And as Therese shared, we have a couple new initiatives that are going on with Mariposa Place, which would be a 14-bed facility, which you guys are actually also involved with. United Way is involved with that, and working through. It's a nightmare with getting the ACA out to do our licensing visit. It's like hurry up and wait, and wait and wait. And I'm still waiting. And anyway, but we have case management teams that work with our residents, because it's not just getting them into housing, it's how do you help them maintain. Many of the individuals coming out of chronic homelessness really have either struggles with the social skills needed to activities of daily living and other efforts to maintain in housing, or their skill sets have been so little used they've atrophied, like when you break your arm and put a cast on your arm, that we're having to really work with them. So we are the primary permanent supportive housing provider in Southwest Florida. And now we now have projects in Orlando and are building in Miami as well. So in fact, we're going to be building in Cape Coral, an 80-unit apartment complex.
Where in the Cape is that going to be?
Oh, you had to ask me. I'd have to look it up. I know.
No, that's okay. I'm biased because I live in the Cape, so I was just curious.
Yeah, it's called Blue Coral, and I will get that to you, Madison. It's with our development partner, Blue Sky Community. So, we have, again, there's just so much desperate need. We're actually in the process of trying to harden a lot of our scattered site houses in Lee County through a grant to go to metal roofs and HSIN and other things to try to prevent what we went through this last time.
Thank you, PJ. Well,
You're
I'm going
welcome.
to close the breakout rooms and just welcome everyone back real quick here. Give them some time to jump back. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for joining us again. We will be sending out the June meeting date and speaker topic very shortly. We're trying to lock that in. We're looking towards cybersecurity. I know a lot of our agencies have really expressed concerns in that area. I know, there's been emails hacked, right? All sorts of things that happen that really kind of expose where we're vulnerable. We are not immune to it. We get, spam text. I got a text on my phone the other day and it said, Madison, let me know if you've gotten this text, signed Janine Joy, who of course is our CEO and president. And it was, from a Montana phone number, right? So we are all vulnerable to cyber attacks. So we're looking at securing a speaker who can talk to how our agencies can better prepare themselves and kind of stronghold against those sort of penetrations. So thank you all so much for your time today. Enjoy the rest of your week. For those of you with kids, enjoy the last few days of school before they're home all the time for the next several months. And we look forward to connecting with you very soon. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you all. Take care.
You. Hello? I can't hear you. Hello? No meeting. No, I can't hear you. Maybe you're on mute. Unmute yourself. I can't hear you. I don't know if we